Hello and welcome to another episode of For the Record. So today's album I want to talk about would be this one. I actually just got this one in the mail the other day. Nine Inch Nails Broken. I actually used to own this on CD back in the day with a lot of these albums. Now basically just replacing them with vinyl because that's what I collect now. I do collect some CDs, just not as many as I do vinyl. It's Broken is their first EP. Industrial rock band Nine Inch Nails. It was released September 22nd, 1992 by Nothing and TBT and Interscope Records. The EP was produced by Trent Reznor and Floyd. This release, they had 5 music videos out of the 8. There's actually a DVD of this whole album from every song from start to finish. I have the DVD. You can download it online. It's on torrent. It's like thepiratebay.org or whatever. You can look it up. It's still there. I know it is. I have a copy of it. It's pretty crazy. It's nothing that would ever probably be released because of the content that's in it. It's very disturbing. So if you have a weak stomach or you can't see blood or you don't want to see somebody eating a bunch of flies on their food or some dude's groin getting smashed, yeah, I would not suggest watching it because it's pretty friggin' graphic. And I watched some of those videos on the Closer video back when I was a kid when I had that on VHS. They had like 3 or 4 of the videos on there. One of them's pretty disgusting. Happiness and Slavery. It's probably the most disturbing one other than the very first track. And sorry, my wording is not the best, and I try to do the best with my English and my vocab that I can. I know it's not the best. So anyways, this album, I want to open it up and show you guys. Really awesome. Obviously, it's a newer copy. This one was re-released in 2017. This one is just on the Interscope and Nothing. It does not have the TVT record label symbol on it. I don't think any of them do anymore unless you have an older copy. So, just like my Fragile, it came with a book. I actually have not read this book yet. I did read the Fragile book. The Fragile book was really detailed. It had a lot of information about the band itself. And I believe this album was recorded in New Orleans and Beverly Hills. This was recorded at the Sharon Tate house. Same thing with Marilyn Manson's Smells Like Children and Portrait of American Family. If you ever listen to the Smells Like Children and you have the album on like CD, I think it is. That's what I have. You can hear it play. It goes into a secret song at the end, but it's just a bunch of weird stuff. And they say that when they was living there to record some of these albums, that they would catch paranormal activity on recordings and such. And it's a lot of freaky shit, man. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. So one of the things you'll notice about this album, you look on the back here, see that big scratch in it? It's like a downward spiral, right? So I always thought that that's what made this lead into their other album, the downward spiral, because I mean, look at that. It's a spiral. And then on the other side is all the tracks from this album. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's about what, six tracks on here on this one. Back in the day when I got this album, it was already released. I didn't get it when it first came out because I didn't really know a whole lot about Nine Inch Nails. I remember the first Nine Inch Nails actual video I saw when I was a kid was Had Like a Hole from Pretty Hate Machine, and my brother always loved that song, and growing up with my brother, me and him always listened to music, and he would always show me music that I've never heard before. Like when it came to Marilyn Manson, I found him out only because of MTV played Sweet Dreams a lot, and I love that music video. I don't know why I was drawn to it, but it was just something about him and his music that was like, okay, this is it. So when I went out and bought that stuff, that I think I started listening to Marilyn Manson in like 1995. So I was like 10 years old. But supposedly the original of Nine Inch Nails Broken came with a small mini disc. Similar to this. Obviously this is a record. It's a 45. It's the same song on each side. It's just it's the hidden track. So like on the CD, when it goes to 99, it plays the last song. This would be the last song. Supposedly, and I've seen videos, so I know that it's true. I've seen other people have it, that have the mini disc that it came with, and it came in little things just like this to keep the disc in, except for this, because it's nice, and Trent Reznor likes to take care of his stuff, and it actually came with the proper thing to put the actual record in. I don't keep them in these things, they just came with them. I'm not actually going to use them. Like this one right here. Came with this. Put the record in. Obviously, I'm not going to keep the record in there. It's not worth it to me. So this has got lyrics on it. And then it's got more on the other side. Same thing. The N. I actually used to have a blacklight poster that had the N on that. If any of you guys ever had any of those blacklight posters like that, comment below, let me know. It does come with a digital download card, which is pretty cool. I mean, I already have it on my phone, but I just like to keep everything just in case, because I like to keep all my stuff new. And Wish was one of the big hit singles off this, I feel like, because they played that one a lot on MTV. I honestly think this whole album is amazing. I think it's a lot darker than Pretty Hate Machine. I like it a lot. This has definitely always been one of my favorite Nine Inch Nails albums, even though it's an EP. It's not a really long album. It's only 7 songs. That's including the hidden track with the other disc. I feel like this is definitely worth getting. It's definitely, the price is right too, you know what I'm saying? So it's all good. This is a killer album. There's nothing bad about this album. Like, I really do love this album. I love a lot of Nine Inch Nails stuff. I don't care for a whole lot of their newer stuff. I haven't taken the time to listen to all their newer stuff, so I'm trying to go back and buy their older albums. Like, I think the next album I'm probably going to buy is With Teeth. Check that out. See what I remember off that, because I do remember a couple of their last ones, like Bad Witch and I think it's And Violence. I mean, I have them, I just haven't listened to them a whole lot. I like these albums a lot more. This holds special heart in my childhood. So, to me, this is way worth more getting than any other album. And the price on this was under 25 bucks, brand new. There's a seller on eBay, Get Import CDs, seller, username, whatever you want to call it. He does pretty good albums. He ships them really well. If you buy more than one at a time, you can get like a discount. You get like 20% off if you order like 3 albums or more. I definitely think it's worth it, because when I ordered Pretty Hate Machine was up there for maybe about 17 and change, or maybe it was cheaper than that. But I bought 2 other albums with it that were like $20 albums. And by the time I was done, I pretty much got Pretty Hate Machine for free. So, I mean, that's always a great plus. And I just want to let you guys know that I am doing 2 videos back to back today. So when these are uploaded, you're going to see me in the same clothes. Don't be like, oh, you don't change or whatever. I mean, you can, but I know you're trolling at that point, so it's whatever. I just want to let you guys know that, you know, I am doing 2 videos today, and that's how I'm going to start doing them at a time. Pretty soon I will have my own actual really good video camera. My phone does a pretty good job so far. I mean, it works, but I want to get more professional with this, and I want to get better with my wording, and I want to start like a rating system. So like on this album, like if it was a 1 through 10, I would give it an 8. The only reason why I would give it an 8 is because there's not enough tracks on it. I'm not saying he didn't put the good work into it, because he did. This is an amazing album. Every song on here I love. I love Wish a lot. I love Happiness and Slavery. One of my favorite songs is Gave Up. If you watch that video on the Closure video, him and Marilyn Manson are in it at the Sharon Tate house. That's where they recorded the music video at. Marilyn Manson's even playing guitar in that video, which is very rare. He doesn't play a whole lot of instruments. Mainly he's a singer. He does sing in the song. It does include him in the music video, so I don't know if he actually recorded the song. I'd have to go over the written material on who wrote it and who's on it and all that stuff through the credits, but I'm sure it'll say in the book somewhere. If you love Nine Inch Nails, you will definitely love Broken. If you've never heard this, you should definitely give it a listen. It's not a very long album, but it is a great album, and it's a great introduction to their next album, which was the Downward Spiral. Like I said before, it's got the thing in the back, and even a lot of those scratches are like actual words, so you can look at the disc on the back and you can sit there and it has like a message in it. You can read it. But yeah, I would give this an 8 because I mean it is very heavy. It's a hard hitter. It definitely has the inspiration of like any other Nine Inch Nails album. I believe that, you know, he was definitely in his prime when he made this and the Downward Spiral. Like, he was just knocking them out of the park. Like, this is some of his best material that he's ever done. I really do love this album. I do love Pretty Hate Machine, but this is darker than that. I feel like the Downward Spiral was darker than Pretty Hate Machine also. It's just overall great album. It's just an amazing album, and can't really say much more because I'm not disappointed in it. You'll never see me review a record that I really don't like. Most of the albums I buy because I actually like them. Most albums that I purchase because I like to listen to it straight through. There's no song that I don't like on an album. There's certain albums where, yeah, I do like certain songs more than others, but I feel like on certain albums, like back in the day when I had them on cassette tape before CDs came out, the whole point was to listen to the album front to back, not sit there and hold fast forward to try to get to that one song. And it's not the way I've always listened to an album. I listen to the whole thing. I don't listen to just parts or pieces of it. I can't do that. That's not how I was raised. That's why if I hear an album and I don't like it, I just don't like it. Straight up. It's just how it is. So anyways, on that note, I give this an 8 out of 10. It was a very great album. I do love Nine Inch Nails. Love Trent Reznor. Great work. I suggest you go get it if you do not have it in your vinyl collection. It is a very nice piece, and you can usually find it anywhere between 20 25 bucks brand new. It's a really great killer album. Hope you all have a great day. Remember to like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. I got links down below. You can get me on Patreon. I got a Facebook page now, For the Record. Check it out. Look it up. I also have an Instagram, For the Record. Look that one up. That one's For the Record Original. So yeah, anyways, on a good note. And I am on Twitter. I don't really use Twitter. I just made the account so nobody else can steal it. Hope you all have a great day. Keep spinning that vinyl. I hope everybody has an amazing day and get what they want in life, because honestly, at the end of the day, I pray for you all. You all are good people, and I feel like people deserve the best in life and nothing more. So as long as you work hard and you do what you're supposed to, you should get there, alright? So I want positive vibes and all that good stuff, alright guys? Have a good day. Peace.